Hello guys, what's going on? This is Coach Mark Dennis Balbin of Tondo Football Club, and right now I'm the elected president of Manila Futsal Association. Ang Manila Futsal Association ay ang pagkakabuklod-buklod ng mga coaches dito sa Manila. We have public school teachers and community clubs which are Ayalans, Manileños United, Tondo FC, some public schools like Calderon and Arellano High School, and hopefully dumami pa yung members namin dito sa Manila Futsal Association para mas papalawig pa namin yung programa na ginagawa natin for every young Manileños who are dreaming to play futsal. Andito tayo ngayon sa new segment of our YouTube channel, so I call it We Speak the Universal Language, which is football. And this is our first episode. Ang topic natin today is effective ba ang one-day tournament sa mga developing players or sa growth ng ating mga manlalaro. Pag-usapan natin ang pros and cons ng one-day tournament and ano yung pwedeng maging identity ng Philippine football. For me, ang one-day tournament kasi it has different benefits para sa mga young players na talagang seasoned or naglalaro talaga ng football. For me, when it comes to the idea of playing the right way sa futsal or sa football, one-day tournament is not really that effective kasi ang dinedevelop natin dito sa one-day tournament is yung community na they get to know each other, the parent and child relationship kasi nagbabanding yung mga magulang after the game, andyan sila para makapagkwentuhan sa mga anak nila, pag-usapan nila yung mga game. Mahaba yung araw during the one-day tournament. That's why mas mahaba yung time for the family to bond with their kids. And masaya ang one-day tournament kasi maraming tao, maraming makakasalamuha yung mga players. And not only the players but the parents. Pwede silang communicate or pwede silang makipagkwentuhan with the other parents and coaches. So for me, that's the factors that benefits the football community dito sa atin. Pero when it comes to becoming more competitive and more idealistic, more on the long-term growth of the players, yung tipong they want to conceptualize the team, yung meron silang gustong culture or play style, one-day tournament is not that helpful. Why? Kasi sa one-day tournament, merong mga bata na maliit lang yung playing time nila kasi nga ang one-day tournaments we have only 10 to 15 or 12 minutes play time lang per game. When it comes to building up the possession, it's difficult to build up kung yung mga bata is nafe-feel nila na maliit lang yung time, so they will rush to score goals. Football and futsal is not like that. For me, ang sport na ito is more on like how they think, which is proper, na will they push through kahit na masikip na or they will build up. And if you have 45 minutes or 30 minutes of playtime, my second half pa, so you have 60 minutes total playtime sa football. And in futsal, in long league or season league, ang futsal has 20 minutes and 20 minutes times 2 game time. So it's 40 minutes game time. Minsan, pagka maganda pa yung futsal league, mayroong pang stop time. So every time nawawala yung bola sa game, stop ang oras. So it's longer than the one-day tournament. So we tend to yung mga players are learning how to improve or develop their build-up play as the game goes by. On a one game day sa season league, mas natututunan ng mga bata yung mga proper build-up, proper defending, kaya nako-conceptualize natin kung ano yung pwede nating i-develop dun sa team natin. And another thing kasi, ang one-day tournament, it's more like injury-prone. Kasi mahaba yung araw, minsan sa football dehydrated kasi mahaba yung araw and bilad sa araw sila. And after one game, may pahinga sila tapos laro ulit. So in our studies, mas maganda kung one game day and then they rest para makarecover sila. And then training and then proceed to another game the next weekend. So in one day tournament, they don't have time to recover. They don't have much time to recover. So after the game, intense, tapos pahinga for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and then they play again. So, medyo komplikado para sa katawan natin yung mga ganitong klaseng setup ng tournament. So, in one-day tournament din is merong lang after one game, kung merong specifics na gustong i-correct ang coach para sa team, hindi natin yan kayang i-correct lang basta-basta sa board. So, you cannot just discuss it sa board and then laro na kagad sila and ma-expect natin na matututunan nila kung ano yung diniscuss natin dun sa board. So, it's not like that. Unlike in Season League, meron tayong game for example, game day to day, and then after the game, kung meron tayong nakitang mistakes, we need to organize and discuss it during the week training in the middle of the week, and then apply it again on the next game day. With that setup, mas natutunan ng bata yung holistic approach kung ano yung konsepto ng gusto nating topic during the week. So for example, in my team, yung defending, diniscuss ko to for 4 game days, and nakuha nila unti-unti until the 5th game day. So during the 1st until the 4th game day, that's 4 Saturdays, medyo nahihirapan pa sila kasi we have only one training session during the week. Sa 5th day of game time namin, dun ko lang nakita na mas naunawaan na nila at mas nagagawa na nila kung paano mag team defending. And for me, it's winning already kahit na mas magaling yung katunggali namin. As a coach, mas naipanalo ng mga bata yung naunawaan nila. Kasi kahit na hindi namin nakuha yung scoreline, pero sa idea ng mga bata, ito yung defending na gusto namin ipakita during the day, during the game. Another consequence ng one-day tournament is minsan yung isang bata nakakalaro lang in one game ng 3 minutes. Some other team kasi they want to win games during one day tournament kasi sayang yung trophy, di ba? Pero it's more than that. For one day tournament, dapat lahat ng bata they will enjoy, so para at least bumalik pa sila dun sa sport na mahal natin. Season League naman, although yes, lahat talaga ng bata kailangan makalaro para ma-experience nila yung pressure and makita natin kung naiintindihan na nila yung konsepto na ginawa natin during the training, para makita natin sa game kung naiintindihan na ba nila kung para saan yung training na ginawa natin. According to research, dapat merong mga numbers na dapat ma-reach yung mga bata to improve properly. So, for the U8 and U10 age category, dapat in 1 year, meron sila at least 20 to 30 league matches, competitive matches or recreational, or more siguro para mas ma-improve nila yung playstyle nila. And sa U11 and U12, ang recommended is 30 to 40 league competitive matches or league matches. And sa to 70 league matches. That's the recommended at least na nalalaro ng mga players natin. Kung nare-reach nila yung ganitong numbers, dapat meaningful din yung training ng teams and ng mga players para mas maganda yung progress ng mga players natin. Bakit ganito lang yung numbers na we're trying to reach? Kasi syempre kailangan isipin din natin yung factors ng fatigue and yung interest. Kung masyado ng madaming games and masyado ng maraming training, baka mamaya mapagod na at mawalan ng interest yung mga bata. Baka hindi maganda yung effect sa the way they think. Baka mamaya mag-stop yung mga players. So enough yung mga ganitong klaseng numbers of game. So hopefully, in the near future, maka-build tayo ng mga ganitong klaseng number of games for the kids to grow and mature properly. On my point of view, mas dapat na ang tingin ng mga bata is hindi yung panalo. Kailangan ang tingin ng mga bata and ng mga parents and mga coaches is yung developmental, na parating may matututunan yung mga bata during these league games. Mga competitive matches naman, like the elite level, ito yung mga qualifiers. Like, for example, in other countries, you have, pag champion ka dito, sa league game na to, you have the Champions League. For example, here in the Philippines, if makakakandak tayo ng mga citywide tournaments, after the citywide tournaments, papasok sila dun sa regional tournaments. So, ito yung mga competitive matches na, yung mga regional. Kasi nag-qualified na sila from the developmental league to the regional. So, that's my idea how we should improve yung mga league setups natin dito para mas maganda yung konsepto or yung identity. Mas mapaganda natin yung identity ng Philippine football or Philippine futsal. I want to emphasize lang dito yung, let's say, ang isang club or isang team, meron kayong gustong mabuong identity. So, dito, sa tulong ng mga league games, na i-implement natin or nabibigay natin or nadidiscuss natin sa mga bata kung ano yung identity that we want. So, for example, gusto natin yung team natin is more on possession base. So, with the help of the league games, game day by game day, season by season, unti-unti nating nasi-share yung gusto nating identity para sa club. So, for example, we have, let's say, international level sa Barcelona. Bakit ganito yung mga bata? Ang gagaling mag-passing, ang gagaling mag-possession, ang galing mag-high press. Kasi through the years, starting from U8, starting from grassroots level, U7, I don't know kung ano yung youngest category nila, until they mature, ito na yung identity, ito na yung kultura na ginagawa nila. Kahit na mabagal yung progress, pero may progress, di ba? So, mas magandang nakikita natin yung ganitong klaseng progress kaysa trophies and medal na pwede namang kalawangin, pwede namang masira. Kaya, after winning the game, after winning the tournament, pwede namang mabasag yung mga tournament. Pero yung idea ng bata, ang how they are learning the game properly, ano yung identity ng club na gusto nating ipakita sa kanila, na manahin nila, and maging kultura na ng isang community. Ito yung mas importante. Kasi these kinds of trophies, this kind of reward, ay hindi matatanggal basta-basta doon sa community level. Ang isang problem naman, na kaya namang solusyonan pagdating sa mga long leagues, mga season leagues, is yung costing. So for example, you have a player in Manila, tapos ang league, which is mahaba, you have like 8 league games or 12 league games per season. Ang league games ay nasa Alabang or nasa Sukat. So yung cost ng bata to play for that league medyo mahal. So, mas maganda siguro kung some stakeholders or local governments can innovate a league doon sa per city. So, for example, dito sa Manila, para hindi na bumiyahe yung mga taga Manila at naglaro sa ibang club, dito na lang gumawa ng sariling league. And that will help the sport and the players to grow properly. Maliit lang yung cost of transportation ng mga bata. Mabilis lang nila mapupuntahan yung venue. Ito yung isa sa mga problema. Kaya hindi tayo nakakapag-develop din ng mga leagues kasi iniisip natin na mahal ang cost. Siyempre, pati din yung mga referees, yung mga staff, pag mahaba yung liga, din malaki din lolobo din yung costing. I hope dito pumasok na yung ibang stakeholders like the local government. Pwede nilang suportahan yung costing when it comes to manpower and yung trophies and medals. Trophies and medals naman medyo cheap lang eh. Pero yung costing when it comes to manpower, lolobo talaga kapag mahaba yung liga. Football nowadays is evolving kasi nga may mga ganitong klaseng programa that helps the player to improve. And dito sa atin kasi mas marami yung nag-organize ng one-day tournament. So I hope na mas mapaigting pa natin yung mga league games kaysa sa mga one-day tournament. Mas malaki yung benefit ng mga league games kaysa sa one-day tournament. Medyo short lang yung discussion natin about the league games, and gusto ko lang na i-share kung ano yung mga future plans ng Manila Futsal Association, and sana hindi lang siya maging idea. Sa tulong ng local government and other stakeholders, mangyari itong idea na to. So we are planning to make a season league, futsal league dito sa Manila, and the beneficiaries are all Manileños, mga batang Manila, and hopefully adult level din sa men's and women's open magkaroon din para mas dumami yung community members natin na hindi lang sa isang club meron ka lang 12 players which is under 15, ganyan lang. So once we have this community setup, community league, dadami yung bata na manonood, dadami yung bata na gustong maglaro. Kasi without these proper leagues, yung interest sa community level, hindi lalaki. So, that's it for our episode today. And I hope na-tackle natin and napag-usapan natin kung ano ba yung one-day tournament, ano yung benefit ng one-day tournament, and yung mas magandang benefit ng season league. So, yung ganitong klaseng topic, well, I hope na makatulong pagdating sa pag-improve ng Philippine futsal or Philippine football. And sana, supportahan niyo yung ganitong klaseng video, and hopefully, mas marami pa tayong matakil ng mga topic. And comment nyo lang kung ano yung feedback ninyo sa video na to, kung ano yung feedback ninyo dun sa topic natin, kung ano yung discussion natin. And comment nyo rin kung ano yung gusto nating pag-usapan dito sa podcast natin na we speak the universal language, football. And hopefully mag-subscribe din kayo dahil ang nanonood sa ating YouTube channel ay 32.7 ang mga subscribed viewers natin and 67.4% ang mga hindi nakasubscribe. So hopefully subscribe and support our YouTube channel and be part of our developing community. Cheers!
Yung football itself, laro siya. Nung bata kayo, pag naglalaro kayo sa playground, ano yung nararamdaman nyo? Masaya. Lagi ko sinasabi sa inyo, when you're playing, etong futsal ba, etong futsal, yes, it may be a sport, it's a competition. Kung gaano kayo kagaling, kung gaano kayo kalakas, kung gaano kaganda yung composure ng team nyo. Pero it's a game. Amay ka? It's a game. And ano yung dapat nararamdaman ng players kapag naglalaro ng isang laro? Ano yung nararamdaman ng isang player pag naglalaro? Masaya. Kapag lagi ko sinasabi sa inyo, pag na-stress kayo dyan, ano nangyayari? Amay ka? Ano nangyayari? Di ba yung battle for third? Anong ginawa nyo? Masaya. Pero, tatandaan nyo, yung level of competition is not like that. Mataas siya. Pero how do you enjoy yung game? How? Kalma? Sinabi ko, bago mag-start yung semifinals, anong sinabi ko? Kukareko. Cool, calm, relax, control. Pagdating nyo ng semifinals, nag-cool, calm, relax, and control ba kayo? Yun yung ano. Well, for me, nakukuha nyo yan through experience. Bata pa kayo, especially mga bago, bata pa kayo, talagang nararamdaman yung ano, yung tawag dito, yung kaba. Okay, pag naglalaro kayo, sanayin niyo yung sarili niyo na hindi kayo kinakabahan. Paano niyo magagawa yun na hindi kayo kinakabahan? Paano niyo maaalis sa mentality ninyo na hindi kayo kinakabahan?
Huwag isipin.
Wag isipin.
Mga negative na...
Ano pa? Huwag niyong isipin about the championship.
Yun nga, inisip namin agad kasi.
Kaya kayo natatalo. Huwag niyong isipin that you're playing for a championship.
Doon ka nagkamali.
Pag maganda yung performance ninyo, lalabas yan. And yung championship trophy, it's just a reward sa lahat ng effort ninyo. Sa tingin niyo, yung game nyo ngayon, are you a champion?
No.
You are a champion. Lahat ng ginawa ninyo,
Let's go.
you are a champion. Except the semifinals. Micah, except the semifinals. You are a loser sa semifinals. Kasi you're thinking about the championship. Pero if you will play like a champion, nakalmado kayo, you're just enjoying, yung trophy, iaangat niyo yan. Di ba yung trophy, tapong ko yan, wala na. Tama? Kung yung trophy gawa sa salamin, ibagsak ko yan, ano mangyari? Basag. Pero, ano, nanalo pa rin kayo. Diba, ganun lang yan kasimple. Huwag niyong isipin, pag naglalaro kayo sa competition, no matter what happens, you will be a winner if you will play like a winner. Kuha, ganun lang kasimple. Anyway, ulitin ko sa inyo, yung journey ng athletics, ng athleticism, ng sports, hindi yan magaling na kagad kayo. Hindi yan ganun. Hindi yan snap, magaling na kagad kayo. It's a long process. Ha? It's a long process. 4 years? 3 years?
Ay, 4.
4 na. 4 pa lang. 2021 kayo eh.
Hindi ko kasabay yun. Ikaw sa 3 years.
Ikaw? 2.
2.
Oh, kita nyo? It's a process. It's a long process. Ha? Kung magki-quit kayo, maluwag yung gate. Kung magtutuloy-tuloy kayo, welcome kayo dito. Ulitin ko yung sinasabi ko sa inyo. Why am I staying here? Kasi I can see diamonds. Hindi diamond nang kikita ako sa inyo, ha? Hindi ganun. I can see diamond that can shine. Ha? And ako, tubong tondo talaga ako. Ang puso ko nasa tondo. Paano nabubuo ang diamond? Gawin na lang nating simple. Yung diamond nabubuo yan pag iniipit yung carbon. Ha? Hindi mabubuo ang diamond pag hindi mo pinipress. And kayo, di ba sabi ko, you're like a diamond? Kung hindi kayo ipipress, hindi kayo magsashine. Kuha nyo. Tindihan nyo. Are you a diamond? Oh, yes. So, kailangan tanggapin nyo yung pressure ko. Ha? Tanggapin nyo yung pressure ko dahil ako demanding akong coach. Tanong nyo sa kanila. Pag di nila nagagawa yung play, ulit yan. Ganun yan, ha? Maganda yung pinakita ninyo. Except yung sinasabi nyo na pe-pressure kayo.
Yes.
Ha?
Banday!